Well, welcome back to the V4 Future Sports Festival. You join us on our Winners Wednesday, our finals day here, live in Budapest, Hungary. My name is Brandon Smith, and of course, alongside me across the 3 days is Richard Buckley. Rich, we've seen 2 out of our 6 games already. We know 2 teams that are on the upper side of the bracket and 2 teams that are on the loser side, elimination side of the bracket, and that's going to be our next game right now, right?
Yeah, it certainly will be. We're going to see the Czechs against the Serbians in our losers bracket semi-final. I think the big thing sort of to take away from today so far is all the games have been low scoring that we've seen. We saw a 1-0. That's over 2 legs, ladies and gentlemen, between the Czechs and the Hungarians, and then the Poles against the Serbians. That was a 2-1 scoreline. So that is how the rest of the bracket will play out. It's going to be Monagano and Chris Madge against Lizek and Bijot. The winner of that game will go through to our grand final. In the losers bracket, we're going to see the Czechs versus the Serbians. The winner of that game will play the loser of the match above it, Hungary versus Poland, and then we'll have a losers bracket match before our grand final.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how it plans to go today. There's a lot still to talk about in terms of how this game is going to go, because it's elimination FIFA at the end of the day. It's Emriksson and Mario Oso 99. They had a really frustrating game, didn't they, to open proceedings, here in Hungary. They should have scored. They lost 1-0 across 2 legs against a team that have been the worst defensively in the nicest way possible in Hungary. They managed to tighten up and ride their luck just a little bit too much, because the Czechs do score goals. They scored 10 in the group stages. Just could not find the back of the net in their first game of the day here today.
Both sides coming off the backs of losses. However, if you look at how the performances actually went, one team has to be happier with their loss, if that makes any sense, and that's got to be the Czechs, because the only thing they didn't do was put the ball in the net. The build-up play, defensively, they were very good. They just couldn't get the ball into the back of the goal, whereas the Serbians, I feel as though there was a little bit missing in the final third. There was a few weak passes, there was a few mistakes, a few sort of what-if moments in the final third where it should have been smoother, it should have been cleaner, it should have been... realistically, they should have scored more goals than they did. They had big chances, and unfortunately in the final third, things just didn't really click for them.
No, and someone else didn't click as well was the Serbian performance as well. They went 9 from 9 in yesterday's action. We caught up with them to talk about how they felt after yesterday's games, and this is what they had to say.
We see the Serbian side right there. Somewhat of a nonchalant audience, to be honest, when they were walking in, the walk-on right there. It's going to be a tough ask for them, the Serbians, because they're coming up against a Czech team, which is a really strong outfit, and they're making their way to the stage right now.
That's the team there in the Czechs that need a result. Well, they both do. If they do lose, you're out the competition. It's as simple as that. You win, you guarantee yourself a top 3 spot in the V4 Future Sports Festival tournament. €3,000 will accompany that. However, these two teams have come off the back of a very frustrating game in the winners bracket. I think they'll have a lot to say about this, Richard, when they do get into it.
Yeah, certainly. I expect goals. I expect a high-scoring game in this match. Both teams didn't necessarily lose. They lost the game because they didn't outscore their opponents. That's simple football. But they also didn't do themselves justice in the final third. They both should have scored goals. They should have scored more goals. Especially the Czechs. They probably should have won against the Hungarians. Let's not beat around the bush here.
No, they
had so many chances in the final third. They had so many opportunities where they should have scored. I expect to see goals. I expect to see a high-scoring game. And I actually think that the Czechs are going to take it.
I mean, you're coming up with a great storyline here, Richard, because you've got the Czechs who, they literally time everything green other than that one shot they had that probably would have been a goal if they timed it green in the last game they played, against the Serbs that didn't concede many goals until they came in today. They only conceded 3 goals yesterday. They conceded 2 in their last game. They don't score many, the Serbs, but they do defend well. The Czechs maybe leak a little bit, but they also do score a lot of goals. So it's attack versus defence here in some ways, which should make this a really good game.
And also then you add into it the fact that it's an elimination game. The loser of this goes home. The winner of this, you get a top 3 finish, guaranteed. You also take into consideration that, look, both teams didn't do themselves justice attacking in the final game. So if there's one area where they're going to be a little bit more intense, and they're definitely going to have put more focus on, it's in the final third.
No, it is indeed, and we need to see those two players just link up a little bit better, because the Czechs are one of the most convincing wins yesterday. They won 4-0 against Slovenia in a one-legged game of FIFA. That's our highest sort of scoring game in one single leg. They didn't concede any goals on that, and when they needed to score, they were saying in their interviews earlier today, they were able to really clutch up. So win this game, you guarantee yourself another chance in the tournament. It will be via another elimination side in this bracket, but you will play the loser of Hungary or the Poles in the next game that could be coming up a little bit later on today. It'll be game number 5 along the journey. Here comes the game now, though. It's the Serbs against the Czechs. You lose, you go home, and it's in the road in the V4 Future Sports Festival tournament, as this one gets underway right now. The Czechs from left to right in that red strip, and the Serbs kicking from right to left, hoping that they can get a bit more for their money than they did in that previous game. It's difficult. They come off the back of a defeat, literally straight off the back of a defeat. The Czechs have had about an hour off.
Yeah, certainly. What's going to be better, though? Is it going to have that break, or is it just going to be rolling from game into game? Again, the first goal is going to be imperative. From the first 2 matches that we've seen today, the Hungarians, they got the first goal, they went on to win the game 1-0. The Poles, they got the first goal in the first leg against the Serbs, they went on to win 2-1. This is going to be the 15th game that we'll have commentated over the course of the last 2 days. What have we learned? What do we see being a decisive factor in these games? Because it's very easy to say the attack needs to be better, but in particular, what do you think it is that needs to be better? The decision making?
Well, I don't think, honestly, in terms of the Czechs, they can't really fault too much, Richard. Every single chance they have is a good 90-plus chance of going in from the angles they're shooting from. The timing and everything green, it's clearly been something they've spoken about. Maybe their corners could be a little bit tighter, their set pieces could be a little bit better. It's something they were really good at in day one. On the flip side, for the Serbs, they need to do more going forward, because at times they just sat back and did nothing in the nicest way.
They had a lot of possession. They held really sort of high numbers in that regard. 55, 60, 65% of the ball.
Look, they're great at this. They're great at moving the ball left to right, switching the ball between fullback to fullback, midfielders getting involved. It's now this area of the pitch where they struggle.
Yeah, penetrating into the final third. Because R9 probably had the least amount of touches in terms of all the nations that have got R9. He features less in this Serbian side because they don't get the ball to him. Kante probably has the most touches on the pitch because it's going into him, he's then switching it, it's coming into him, he's giving it to Nkunku.
The fullbacks probably have more touches. Yeah. What's on the flip side for the Czechs? They don't even want R9. It's Pele in the team. That's their one icon of choice. outfield that they have gone for. Obviously, we are following a set of restrictions the pros did all agree on coming into this tournament. They wanted it to be a fair playing field. They wanted it to be, not a full icon team or team that was a little bit too unbalanced. You're allowed a goalkeeper icon. That doesn't count towards the restrictions if you are wondering why there is 2 icons on the pitch technically. There's an outfield icon. We've only seen Hullet, Pele and R9 used.
Yeah, those restrictions, 1 icon over, just 1 icon in general on the pitch. Outfield, you're allowed 3 players over 90, and then everybody else has to be 89 or below, which meaning that David Ginola does fit into that category where he can almost give you that extra oomph in the final third of the foot hero, but he's got the stats of one of the best icons in the game if he was going to be a different foot item rarity.
David Ginola, we need to see more from you today, my friend. You were superb the last 2 days. Yeah, I've got a bit quiet though. And it's not like he's had people doubling up on him.
He's not had the ball.
He's not had the ball in the air. He's normally put out on this left-hand side where he can penetrate normally. Hasn't been able to. Which, to be fair, I mean, it has been mixed sometimes. You can play him down the centre alongside R9. I think in game.
We've seen the best of David Ginola when he's been that central striker.
But that means putting Mbappe out wide, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Some players don't want to take that sacrifice, which you can understand, because Mbappe has been instrumental in the final third. Not always scoring the goals, but more the provider. Into an R9 or into a Neymar. And Kunku, double tap into Mbappe. Tries to link that back on his left foot. That would have been his weak foot. Third of this game gone already. No real big chances to talk about or to shout about as of yet. Klosterman. Goretzka, this is nice. Here comes the Czechs. Pele. Fake shot back inside, leans it off, watch for a time green. It could be on its way. Pele! There's the time green. It's a brilliant block at the back. Still the chances alive for the Czechs. Mbappe scooped up. Drops the shoulder. Mbappe still times it green. The Czechs finally have that goal that they have been waiting for nearly over 200 minutes of FIFA.
And you see what it means to them. Outstanding finish from Kylian Mbappe, just inside the box, opened up on his right foot. Finesse shot hits the top left corner. The first shot from Pele, which was blocked, was probably going to go in. Managed to get a body on the line. That one, no defender or goalkeeper is going to get anywhere near it. As you just saw actually flash up in the top left corner from the kickoff, the possession stats, 61% of the ball the Serbs have had in this first 40 minutes.
Similar story last game, 58% possession.
I don't really think they've got even inside the box of the Czechs.
But on the flip side, Richard, what do the Czechs do? They time things green, and green normally means a goal if it's on target and there's not a body in the way. Finally, they've been able to break through this defence of the Serbs. Can they find another one? Mbappe! Big save from Percek. Neymar down the byline, that difficult area. Neymar! Ooh. Nearly. Look for it again. Neymar towards the back post. Time red.
Still on.
What can they do here? Alphonso Davies dinks it in towards the back post. Nicely done. Vinicius will be there.
That'll do us.
There we go, half time in leg one in this loser bracket semi-final. This is an elimination game. One of these teams will be leaving the competition after it.
Very, very interesting first 45 minutes. For the simple fact that the Czechs know what to expect here. They've seen the Serbians do very well yesterday in the groups, pick up maximum points. They will have seen how they got on against the Poles because they knew they were playing the loser of that match. So they'll probably watched it very intently. But I still feel like there's so much more to give, especially in the final third from the Serbians. They're not cutting through. They're not playing those over-the-top through balls. They're not playing those real driven passes. And when they have, they've scored from it. Remember the goal they scored against the Poles? It was a driven pass from Nkunku right into the feet of R9. That has been lacking. It's been a little bit too...
I think the one...
just slow in the final third.
The one thing to come from that is they are not playing as they were yesterday. And I think part of the reason is for that, Richard. They've had to face 2 teams from the opposing group. Of course, that's how the cookies crumbled in terms of the teams that's lost that. There will be some repeated matchups, I can assure you, down the line. But they're up against 2 very, very good teams from Group A. The Poles won 2 goals to 1 if you missed that game. And currently, as it stands, it's 1-0 to the Czechs. But you're right, Serbia, they're not in, gear 4, let alone gear 5 or 6 at the moment. You've hit the nail on the head. They've been keeping possession so
Mbappe's
well.
in.
Look at a chance. Mbappe, it's a running race. Mbappe! It's down the goalkeeper's throat.
If that's on his right foot, it's probably a goal. Unfortunately, Mbappe couldn't generate the shot power on his left. Big, big chance squandered there. To go 2-0 up.
What a chance. What a chance. He said he couldn't get on the foot he was looking for. If Pele, I should have said, was in that position, it could have been a different story.
Even Neymar with the 5-star weak foot. Or Ginola.
Alphonso Davies, away from fullback, happily to get involved in this and offer an overload, linking him with Klosterman. There's the Bundesliga links in the team. Vinicius, often a super sub for many teams, a starter for the Czechs.
Is it going to be checkmate by the end of this game? The second goal probably thinks that, well, makes you think that it very well going that way.
You speak about potential interesting story. At times it's been the Czech goalkeeper that's been stopping the Czechs from scoring. It's Petr Cech in goal for the Serbs. Nedved and, of course, Petr Cech, the icons in the game that the Czech Republic do have on FIFA 22.
Serbia, Nemanja Vidic.
Unfortunately, nowhere to be seen.
It's a shame.
Neymar still. Again, can't find that killer pass. Get to the box, and there just seems to be a bit of panic and uncertainty from the Serbs. What are they doing? Where they're going? They don't seem to know.
There seems to be a few sort of connecting dots missing.
The Czechs can take advantage of this. They could have a 2-0 lead going into the second game. Pele did stop on the ball, went for that reverse elastico, was defended well.
I think the thing, from our perspective, chance here actually from R9 over the top.
R9, Ginola, still hiding.
Just sort of saying, from our perspective, when we watched Serbia yesterday, the reason that we might be, I don't even say a little bit harsh on them, more critical on them, they were perfect in the group. They won all 3 games. They got 9 points. They beat Romania. They beat Hungary.
They had a 2-0
and they beat Croatia. They were really, really good in the group standings. And unfortunately, we've just not seen that same product here today.
Can that change now? No. Mbappe trying to force the ball into Neymar or R9. Pause comes in from the Czechs. It's Emriksson with it, whipped in towards the back post. Pele nowhere to be seen. It went all the way through into the fullback, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Does win that, but gives possession straight back again to the Czechs, who are made up of 2 very good players, 2 pro players in all honesty. They've actually matched up a few times in the Czech League, in part of the global series, the E-Fortuna Liga. Now they're teammates for this one, and you can clearly see their qualities that they have shown throughout the last few days.
I imagine the the chat's probably rooting on Emeriksson, as they were on Monday.
I just want to see in the break here, if we can get the opportunity before we do head to a break, just the chat that's happening between that Serbia camp. We saw Bristamir, who was very vocal in how he wanted them to play, maybe what they want to do differently.
Chance.
Pele, that was a real soft effort goal. Luckily, the Serbs were able to deal with that one.
I think it's a great point there. The sort of confrontation or the discussions being happening in between the two legs. This is a huge chance. R9 bearing down on goal.
Finesse it. Elastico it. Again! The Serbs strike with an unbelievable goal from R9. They've needed something, and it needed a solo effort to remember. R9 pulls out that reaction on your screen there. You can see from the Czechs. They're embarrassed because R9 is just absolutely torn apart that defence.
Outstanding. And if that's what they need to get going, to get some momentum rolling here, what a way to get it underway and get the ball rolling. I think it was Bristamir. Outstanding individual skill. Little spin move. He dead stopped it. Elastico, reverse Elastico. Back onto his right foot and then just levered the ball into the back of the net. Incredible solo goal.
He sent Klosterman to the shops. He sent Marquinhos packing. Well, they've needed something, Richard. And they're going to head into this second leg now with it all to play for. What a spectacle this sits at. 1-1 the scoreline. Brilliant goal from the Serbs. Again, they haven't been at their best at times, but that is what they needed. A solo effort. Sometimes in 2v2, you're going to see that. Get the ball to an R9. Get the ball to an Mbappe, Neymar. Someone that's got that bit of flair in their game. And players will have those solo runs if they can get the right combos together.
Yeah, they certainly will. A true remarkable piece of skill. Maybe one of the best goals we've seen over the course of the 3 days here at the V4 Future Sports Festival. And you can see discussions ongoing here on the stage. Very much looking forward to seeing when we come back from the break how those discussions are going to be ongoing. But what a solo piece of magic there from Bristamir, bringing the Czechs even in this game, and the Serbians are right back in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, time for a quick break there. You saw a couple of the players on the stage just, giving them a bit of feedback about how they played. But if they didn't get anything out of that game, the Serbs, I don't think they would have been happy at all. But at times, they needed just something like that, an R9 piece of magic. At the break, though, the Czechs are all square with the Serbs. We're going to go for a quick break now. When we get back, it's the second part of this elimination battle. One of these teams will crash out of the V4 Future Sports Festival after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Well, this will be the final time you see one of these two nations on the main stage. The Czechs and the Serbs, one of these two teams will be crashing out of the V4 Future Sports Festival here live in Budapest, Hungary. You're joined by myself, Richard Buckley, and Brandon Smith. Perfectly poised, Brandon, at the halfway point. One apiece going into the second leg.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been if it wasn't for that solo effort from R9 right at the end of the game. 88th minute it was where the Serbs were able to strike back into the tie via a double Elastico, then a reverse Elastico, which allowed the Serbs to find that all-important equaliser at the break. As we jump into game 2 now, you have just tuned in. This is the V4 Future Sports Festival. This is our finals day. Do not go anywhere. We have got plenty more games to come today. And at the end of play, there will be one champion who will pick up €11,000 and get their name, and their country in the history books for this tournament. The last time it took place was FIFA 18. It's been a long wait for this one, and hopefully we'll be back more often next year.
Yeah, it certainly has been. It's been a real good tournament so far, though. Not only the level of competition that we've seen from the 8 countries being represented here by their 2 individual players. We've seen 2v2 FIFA, we've seen content creators and pro players partnering up, but also everyone behind the scenes putting this event on. It's been run really, really smoothly, and also with all the correct precautions being taken place as well.
Oh, absolutely. Well done to everybody involved for putting together such a special event and for bringing LAN events back to FIFA esports. It's what we've missed. And it's just the start of a busy year in terms of opportunities for 2v2 FIFA. And it's great that the V4 Future Sports Festival has been the sort of start for it. To really get momentum moving. Will be the Czechs with this first attack of the game. They are in that red strip in the Czech kit from right to left. Whilst the Serbs, of course, in the white from left to right in this one. Took them a long time to get that goal in the last game. That's something that has to be changed now. And they have to offer just a bit more in the attacking third. They're always good at keeping possession. They can shift it happily from side to side, but it's around these moments, whether that be Ginola or whether that be Neymar trying to move the ball into the box, comes a bit of a struggle at times. Kante into the feet of Mbappe. I thought he was offside. Back to Neymar now. Cut back. Mbappe! Brilliant block, cost him.
I thought Mbappe was offside as well when the ball went into him. When it came out wide, I felt as though there was a shot there to be had from Neymar across the goal. Went for the pass back into a very crowded penalty box, may I add. And Mbappe wasn't able to meander his way through a group of players to get a shot away.
Goretzka. Mbappe, surely not from there. Already thought about it for a split second. Pele does well. Pele! Bit of a weird angle, that one, wasn't it?
Looked like we were about to float in the top corner, didn't it?
I mean, it wasn't timed. There wasn't too much special about it. It was a case of just get your head up and have an effort at a goal.
He's won the ball back high up the pitch here. Mbappe, Pele's waiting in the middle. Cross into the box. Pele! He's up for it. It doesn't fall to anybody in the end.
Possession given back. Again, for the little chip round the corner, did the Serbs. Decision making at point hasn't been on point. Tons of chances created though. Czechs are very, very confident in their attack. The way they're able to link up Mbappe and Pele at times is absolutely exceptional. And I feel like we're digging him out, but we need to see so much more from David Ginola.
Well, we're not digging him out for the simple fact that over the last 2 days he's been the MVP. And it's such a shock that today...
He hasn't scored a single goal today.
He's not been... I mean, we've not seen that many goals, but your point still stands. He's not been on the score sheet, which you would have expected him to be.
Absolutely by now. Neymar. Nicely done.
At the moment, we're averaging a goal a leg.
Which yesterday we had 6-4, 6-3, plenty of goals going in. Neymar scoop turn, finesse! Stings the fingertips. There will be a bit of a horrible tackle there from Vinicius. Does go into the book. 30 minutes played. It's a warning shot fired though from Czech Republic, I should say, in terms of their finesse shot from Pele.
This Czech side seems to be getting into the flow a little bit quicker. However, Rustamir and Krun Alex definitely look solid in the final third. They look like some things are clicking for them now. Starting to get a little bit more consistent in their attacks. It's not 3 bad attacks, then 1 good one. Every attack seems to be falling at least with a shot at the end of it, or finding a corner, or finding a good possession inside the final third. That wasn't something we could say in the first leg.
Pele has been stretched out. Rudiger into Mbappe. Well played. Marquinhos picks someone out for a corner. Played short into the box.
Big chance.
Off target.
It's a big chance. Near post header. It was either Klosterman or Goretzka. It was one of them. With that chance.
I mean, if it was Goretzka, he's been on point, hasn't he, from headers in the box?
They are manual headers this year as well, same as last year. So when a header doesn't go on target, sort of the only person to look at is yourself.
Run unloading. Linking in with Nkunku. Still continuing that run is the Atletico man. Mbappe. Serbia. Bit of a difficult angle there to score from with Mbappe. He still went for it.
He's shown us what he can do already in this series, Mbappe. Outstanding finesse shot for the Czechs earlier on in the series.
Nicely done there.
It's going to be a one-half shootout to find out who stays in the V4 Future Sports Festival. Could even go to goal and goal potentially.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be a final day without golden goal if we need to touch it. That is the way that we do play here in Budapest, Hungary, where we are bringing you this live action from 2v2 FIFA esports. And at some point today, later on, there will be a champion that will be lifting those 2 trophies, picking up a check for 11,000 euros. There's words exchange there between the 2 Serbs. Same on the other side for the Czechs as well. A couple of words at half-time. It is all square, remember this. It's 1-1 at the moment. 1 goal could be enough. We've seen 2-1s already today, Richard. We've seen 1-0s.
Well, yeah, we've seen 1-0s. We've seen 0-0s as well in particular games. The Czechs versus the Hungarians earlier on today. Second leg, 0-0. The only goal being scored in the first leg of that game. The Hungarians got it and sent them through to the winners bracket final.
Neymar can't find Pele's feet. Although they might start in a 4-4-2, a lot of these teams, it does become a bit of a 4-2-4 at times. You've just got a line, haven't you, of unbelievable attacking players. Often seems to be the way in competitive FIFA. Build your team with 2 really good sort of box-to-box central midfielders that can get back, can get forward, can get involved in attacks as well. And also just pack your attack full of 5-star weak foots, 5-star skill moves.
High pace, high dribbling, high shot power, high finishing started players in the final third. It's all about as well where you actually play them. For example, Janolo's being deployed far on the left here. I don't think he's best used there. He's certainly better down the middle in a 4-4-2 as that secondary striker.
Good feed, Vinicius. Could fall kindly, Mbappe!
What a save.
There's Petr Cech stopping the Czechs from going up by a goal. Whipped in again. The Klosterman was in there at the back post. Marquinhos leaves it back to Alphonso Davies. Chance to the life for the Czechs. Bundling on the floor are the Serbians. They do eventually get the ball clear, and it could be a running race at the back now between Marquinhos and Mbappe, the Brazilian defender. We'll get that back to his goalkeeper and well recycled back to the hands of it.
Petr Cech has been huge between the sticks here for the Serbians. Not only the saves that he makes, but the importance of the saves as well. 1-1, losers bracket semi-final, pulls out a remarkable save from Kylian Mbappe.
And also, for those at home that might not be watching, keep an eye on the goalkeepers as well, because they have been moved at times when there has been potentially a shot on from distance or a finesse shot. It was something they did quite a lot in the Poland game, did the Serbs. Just, naturally moving Petr Cech's positioning so he can line up better for a save. It's a real small thing to add into your game, but can make such a difference.
Again, Petr Cech, he's got that SBC foot item available now, currently in the game. I'm getting more and more tempted to do him by every single game that I see him play. He looks outstanding in goal. But Van der Sar also has been huge between the sticks.
Ronaldo. Nicely done, and Kunku from distance. Oh, wow. What could have been for Serbia? Whether that was Bristamir or Alex, that could have been an absolute gift.
It was inches wide, that left post there. The deflection, it was a wicked deflection. Left Van der Sar rooted. It'd be a very harsh way to exit the tournament. So it's golden goal if we end up going to golden goal.
Well, we're 20 minutes away from golden goal. Ginola, can he now put his imprint into the game? David Ginola, what a clutch tackle that is at the back. From the PSG man again.
It's a really, really crisp pass from David Ginola right onto the foot of the attacker. Huge recovery challenge at the back to save the Czech skin there.
Free kick taken short, recycled pretty much from right to left. Now, how do you break down this? Look at all the white shirts. Everyone's pretty much back. Striker line's back. Four midfielders are back for Serbia. Here come the Czechs. Pele. Goretzka. Back to Vinicius. Going to try and get down that byline, I can assure you. He's back to the German. Back to go Mbappe. Here's the Czechs now. Which way will he go? Couple of step overs. Solo effort maybe. Got caught in two minds there. Down to ground he'll go. Ginola will spark an attack now for the Serbs that need to move with pace. Only 10 minutes left in this game. They tried to disguise that ball into R9 and it just became a little bit too easy and obvious for Klosterman.
There's also the percentage chance of that pass going through. It's Mbappe passing the ball. He's not his greatest asset for Kylian Mbappe, and it was just never really on. It was more of a hope rather than an actual chance.
Neymar. Feels like we're going to golden goal. Really does. 6 minutes away from it we are. 1-1 is the aggregate scoreline. It was a 1-1 game in leg one. Corner ball back to the Serbs. Are we going to see late drama? They brought late drama in leg one. Did the duo of Bristamir and Alex via a one-man show of R9 Ronaldo.
Waiting. They're playing the long game. They're wanting the final chance of the game.
Brilliant switch, Neymar. Fullbacks involved, they're overlapping. Kante should fall back again to another Serbian shirt. It will. We're into additional time now. This would be seen if the Serbs were to clutch up now.
No.
Golden goal, Richard Buckley. We said it might be needed in finals day. We will need it right now. There will be a coin toss taking place right now on the stage to find out who will get kickoff in that one. In a second, an admin will come onto the stage to do that coin flip. And here he comes, I believe. right about now to do that. Who will basically get kickoff in golden goal is what we're playing for right now. So 1-goal shootout, Rich.
I really don't think either team deserved to win that game, but neither deserved to lose either. As you can see, looking at the coin, I'll give some play-by-play commentary on the coin toss. Do you want to go heads? Do you want tails? I'll take heads. Flip, coin, hand. You've got kickoff.
Cheers for that. Serbia will have kickoff. Bristamir and Kruda Alex will have kickoff in this golden goal matchup, which we will load into as soon as we can. It's going to be a harsh way to get out this tournament, Richard, but you've had 2 legs of FIFA to try and find a goal. What worries me more is that we just had a 0-0 90-minute game.
Yeah, it's a rarity.
We could do that again.
It's a rarity that will happen, but it has happened today already between the Czechs and the Hungarians. Maybe it's the Czechs. We said the Serbians were the defensive side. Maybe it's the Czechs who are the defensive side. They've had 2 0-0s today in 2 different legs.
And again, they've only conceded 6 goals in the group stages from what they played earlier. And I mean, they only conceded 1 goal. That's their second 0-0 of today.
Yeah. Today we've played 6 individual legs of FIFA. We've had 3 full games so far. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals. That's on average a goal every 90 minutes of FIFA.
Well, yesterday, I think we saw 8, 13, 18, 27. I think a total of, 32 goals I think we saw yesterday, if my maths is right, and all those fixtures added up together. 6 goals, and we're pretty much nearly halfway through the day today already.
Yeah, 36, bang on. Good maths from you, quick maths.
Very quick.
See the kit selection just getting underway. 4, 3, 2, 1. The game is upon us.
Golden goal. Golden goal time here in the elimination bracket. One of these 2 teams will be crashing out the V4 Future Sports Festival.
Do they have a technique from kickoff? Are they going to go long? Are they going to go short? Switch to play? Are they going to play a slow game? That's what I'm very much looking forward to.
You know what's going to happen is the Serbs are going to go back to left back, switch to right back.
I'd like to see you running behind. I'm going to launch it to you.
I mean, I'd love to see that as well. The Serbs will kick off. I was right. I was right. Fortunately, it's not the Hungarian kickoff where they literally go
Route 1.
Route 1 from the get-go. Well, 180 minutes was enough to separate these 2. It was a 1-1 scoreline, which means now we need golden goal. It will be the Serbs from left to right in that white strip, and the Czechs kicking from right to left. Emriksson and Mario Oso.
I just feel as though when you play slow, like they have done there from the kickoff, all that sort of nervousness that you put on your opponent when you do kick off goes straight away, because it's just you're back into a normal game. At least try something. Try and hit the long ball. Because right now you've gave possession away, and the Czechs are just going to do exactly what they did, what you did against them. They're going to keep the ball, they're going to wait for a chance, and you're in sort of like a nervousness right now.
I think you are right. In terms of the Czechs, they haven't been that outgoing in terms of being offensive from what we've seen in today's finals. And he put up against one of the best defenders in the tournament. His name up. Then will we see this goal? Golden goal.
I don't know if I'll ever see a goal.
It better not be a 90-minute 0-0. It's a difficult one, golden goal. You don't want to take any sort of risk. At the same time, you need to.
It's good feet.
It's not really getting him anywhere.
Switch. Oh, that's a bad pass. Possession turned over.
Heavy pass from the Czechs. Possession given away, back in the hands now of the Serbians. The winner will go through and wait patiently in the loser bracket final for the loser of the Poles against the Hungarians, which will be our next game today. As we know, the winner of that will be in the grand final. Here comes the Serbs now. Mbappe tried to just move his body around for a left foot finish. Klosterman does enough.
Pele's in over the top, maybe.
It could be. Could be a running race between the two of them. It's a big win there from Rudiger. Just to get that back to the hands of Petr Cech.
I'm trying to think of the longest time. Typically, in the global series, it's extra time and penalties, but we've seen a few golden goals before. What was the ones that were 2 full 90-minute games without a golden goal winner?
I think it was Ryan Passaro against Veni.
Veni, yeah.
A long time ago. Can happen. But again, that was a completely different FIFA where the play style suited a bit more of a defensive style. Pele. Then Kunku. This is Czech now. Pele. Can he be the hero? Can't get a clean shot goal. Can't imagine the nerves for both of these two duos right now, Richard.
Oh, absolutely. Especially as the longer this game goes on, you are going to get more and more nervous as well. So it's going to be that one mistake that sends you out of the tournament, unfortunately.
And Kunku back to R9. Stings the legs of the defender. It's just all half efforts at the moment. There's nothing clean at goal. Every shot's taking a deflection or taking a rough bump on the way through. Mbappe, time green.
Corner? Goal kick. So it's an interesting position to be in, golden goal. I've never been in this predicament myself. I have once in a tournament when I was playing, but it was actually a pro clubs tournament I was playing in, and we went straight. It was a 2-legged game, and the only way to sort of separate it was to go to golden goal. But such a weird environment because you almost don't know how to play. You don't know if you want to go really aggressive and like constant press and try and force the issue on your opponent, but then you could get easily countered on and give away that goal. Or do you play as you were before and hope to bring something magical out and bring out a real piece of trickery? Or do you just play more defensive and hope that they make a mistake?
And the Serbs hoping for that right now. Mbappe had to counter, but you're absolutely right. It's one of those, isn't it? You go too offensive, yes, you could maybe force a mistake from your opponent, but you are opening yourself up at the back massively for a potential counter-attack. Seems like both of these two teams want to go for more of that reserved approach, playing as they were. Of course, across the past 2 legs. 4 minutes away from half-time, it could nearly be 3 halves without a goal.
See more switch to play than have a hot dinners.
Have a Ginola. To Renan Lodi. R9 for the Serbs. Can he be the hero? Solo effort maybe this time. R9 again. Twisting, turning, fake shot his way into the box. But it was always going to be difficult to try and get past 4 Czech players.
I think that's going to be us. Unless the ref plays this last attack.
He might do that. Ginola. No, he won't. Half time, Richard. 0-0 still. It does feel like we could be on for a 0-0 90 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't think we've seen a shot on target in that first 45. But it's flicked over now, and the Czechs have the kickoff. Can the Czechs show us something from kickoff? Because certainly the Serbs didn't in the first 45. We're back underway. Going to go over to the right back, and it's going to get switched to the left back.
Bingo.
Henriksen, good driven passing to Pele.
Can he be the hero? Back to Neymar again. Defensively, they're just both so sound, but they've got this possession style approach that they're both doing left to right back. They're trying to stretch the pitch, but It's like you've just got the exact same play style for both teams, isn't it?
Well, neither team want to lose, obviously. So I feel as though if we're playing against each other in golden goal and you say that I'm going like really pressing, constant press, you also match that. So you're not at a disadvantage. But if I'm playing like a slower play style, why are you then going to play fast? It just doesn't make sense. It plays into my hands, if anything, to keep the ball and to wear you down. So both teams have got the exact same approach to this, and
rightly so. It's elimination game of FIFA. You lose, you're out of the tournament.
For us, it means that it potentially could be a long, drawn-out process.
Well, this is further than Henriksen went in the last V4 Future Sports Festival. He's involved back in FIFA 18. He got a top 8 finish then. He's already guaranteed himself a top 4, even if he was to crash out now in this 2v2 form with his teammate Mario Oso. I think for me, I'd love to know in the mind of the player now. They sort of switch inside the sub. What are they waiting for?
90 minutes?
I mean, hopefully not that. Is it like hold, then we go bang, and then we...
Looking for that driven pass into the attacker, into the striker, wherever it may come from.
If the play resets, and we're just going to see the same on the flip side. Two-thirds gone. Still goalless. We're in golden goal.
That pass, it's unfortunate, but that pass right there, do you know, it goes into the centre mid, from the right back to the centre mid, and then straight into a striker.
.25 left. Where is that killer pass going to come from? Renan Lodi. I wish I never said the words 90 minutes goalless.
That's a mistake.
We're going to be able to capitalise on it. It's negative, isn't it? Be positive. Get that ball forward. Goretzka. Back to Vinicius now. The Czechs need to try and capitalise. They run into each other in the box.
What a chance.
Mbappe and Pele just talk to each other.
Oh, what a chance. He actually opened up from inside the box. Mbappe or Pele could have had a shot, but they ran into each other.
Final 17 minutes. Will we see a goal in the 90?
No.
Guess what, Rich?
Come on.
If it's 90 minutes 0-0, we're doing it all again.
Surely there has to be one good chance.
Oh my,
That's
that could be a ball. David Ginola. Chance for the Serbs. Ginola! We won on his own! It's a corner though. Played short. Something magical now. Into the box it will go. Mbappe can't turn his man. It's one on the counter-attack maybe now for the Czechs.
Over the top. Oh, that's a
What's
rash
that run?
tackle.
Goretzka's making it. Big switch of play. Brings in Neymar. Will this game suddenly come to life now? Look to move it forward. They can pin them. They do well. Serbia could be a 3-on-2 if they move with pace. Neymar. Mbappe's there. Neymar. Elastico. Back inside. David Ginola!
What a save!
Was it a save or a miss? It's a brilliant save somehow from Van der Sar. Corner played short. Mbappe, scoop turn, ball roll. Where's he going? Mbappe still. Best chance of the game falls to David Ginola, a player that's been so quiet today. That would have been an unbelievable opportunity to write his name into the history books.
I don't know if it was a save or a block. It looked like the shot. It was weird. He finessed it, but it was floated as well. If that's a save, that's a cracking save. But it should have been a goal. He has to score that.
And Kunku. Play Klosterman. You're absolutely right there. What a chance. What a chance it was from David Ginola. Finessed it. Came off something, went out for a corner, and has been the best chance in the 90 there. It looks to be that we're going to reset again. Unless there's more late drama. Saving us from another 90 minutes of golden goal. And Kunku, here's the Czechs. They need to move forward. Time is running out. Hakimi into Vinicius. Vinicius back to Mbappe. Cuts inside. Times it green. Back to Goretzka. It will fall. And in time of a minute, Pele drops the shoulder inside. And we're going to golden goal once again.
Big chances at the end of the game. Head in hands moment for the Czechs. The Serbians had a real good opportunity to win the game there with David Ginola. Unfortunately, it didn't turn into fruition. As you can see, a few substitutions actually being made.
I believe we are going to restart again from 0. We're not going to go into the extra time and continue the golden goal unless we are wrong.
Maybe admin's asking, what would you rather do, guys?
Well, there you go. One of them is, would you rather play with a full stamina team from the get-go? Or carry on and maybe use your subs and maybe they can be the hero? Of course, the decision's been made. We're going to restart from 0 minutes again. But I'm not going to say those words again. That I'm not even going to say it, but it could be 90 minutes of I'm not going to finish it, okay?
Well, here we go. We're going to be getting back underway very shortly indeed. If you're wondering what you might have missed so far here.
I mean, you haven't missed much, have you? In terms of goals, there hasn't been anything that's gone in. We've just had 2 goalless games back-to-back between the Serbians and the Czechs.
Yeah, the Czechs started their campaign here on Winners Wednesday with a loss in the winners bracket semi-final to the Hungarians. The Poles beat the Serbs 2-1 in their respective winners bracket match. This is, you are joining us for the losers bracket semi-final between the Czechs and the Serbs. The first game ended 1-1 in leg number 1. The second leg ended 0-0, and we've just gone through 90 minutes of golden goal. That ended 0-0.
Just to put it out there, I mean, for the pro players, this is their 4th game back to back. The concentration level needed that, Richard. It's going to be, they're going to be feeling it right now. You just saw a big puff of the cheeks from
3 pro players and a content creator.
Alex. That's a lot of FIFA to play at a very high level in golden goal. But back for game 4. This is elimination FIFA if you have only just joined this in our finals day. We'll be the first team to crash out the tournament in our Winners Wednesday, as we're calling it. And it's a golden goal scenario. Czech Republic from left to right in that red strip once again, and Serbia from right to left. Could be an early goal. Pele! Just not a clean header. I think the defender just about got there, and it will fall back to Petr Cech.
Well, this is technically the second leg now of golden goal, you could say.
We're still waiting for our first goal.
Are we going to see a tactics change? Are we going to see a sort of mentality change from either side? I don't think it's going to come out from the Serbians, being completely honest. This just seems to how they've been playing. It could be an early chance, though.
Neymar into the box. Oh, 9. How you can be so composed there. Marquinhos. Just get that out of danger for the Czechs. Superb defending.
Seems a bit more end-to-end here.
Maybe they know they've got to be a bit more attacking than when they were. Goretzka and Kunku linking up well. The 2 Bundesliga midfielders back to goal. Mbappe, fake shot inside. Another fake shot there. Just gives him an extra yard or 2. Pele back to goal. Nicely done. Neymar! Saved again. Petr Cech out for a corner.
Great save. Great ball movement in around the box. Finding Neymar on the left flank. Good strike. Petr Cech at his near post, equal to it. Let's see what they can do from the corner. He's highlighted the player on the edge of the box there. It's a woeful corner.
Well, they were communicating over. I think they were trying to find Pele, but completely wrong. Look at David Ginola. If he can find Ginola's head, this could be dangerous. The Serbs, what a chance this could be. Mbappe, play it through. Mbappe does not need anyone. And this golden goal thriller will finally come to an end. All from just one simple mistake. It was a counter-attack. And you can see exactly the reactions on both sides of the stage there.
What a counter. It was a bad corner. We said it as soon as the corner got played into the box. I said, that's a bad corner. The counter-attack was on. It was 2 against 1 at the back. And I think that was Krun-Alex who had Mbappe. He was the one bearing down on goal. And you can see what it means to him. Tapping the badge. He's happy with that. The pass was on. If he'd have missed that, he's not getting spoken to for the rest of the day, at least. Because the pass was there. He backed himself. Mbappe finished over the top of the goalkeeper. Serbia will be a top 3 finish, guaranteed. Losers bracket final is looming.
And you can see what it means. This isn't just video games, people. This is so much more on the line. National pride and a lot more on top of that. Henriksen, 4 years later down the line, back at another V4 Future Sports Festival. We'll have to wait for the next one to try and be a champion, but it is still a top 4 finish that he should be very proud of, and his Czech teammate in Mario Oso. Great to see the Slovakian players on the stage as well to commiserate them. But there's only 3 that remain here in Budapest, Hungary. There's a winner's bracket side and a loser's bracket side that still has got to be concluded. Serbia saved themselves after what was a very, very stressful couple of games of golden goal there. Some of the best parts in the highlights again, you will see.
There were so many chances. This was just in the first game here. It was almost like the first leg went, and they were waiting to golden goal, and there was a nervousness, there was an edginess to that first leg of golden goal. However, the second leg of golden goal,
it sort of
both
felt
players just came out of the shell.
It sort of felt like we need to attack. We need to make something happen here, otherwise we're not going to score any goals. Of course, these are some of the best moments from golden goal. As a whole, there was the cut back to Mbappe. No way through on that occasion. Of course, there is no goals really at all in this moment. It was chance after chance. That was another one that went begging there from, I think it might have been Goretzka.
Into the second period. Again
in the second half here. Some of the late chances. I think this was one of the big ones right at the end. It might have been a really good block. Felkani back inside. Petr Cech was so clutch, wasn't he? At so many points for the Serbs.
Yeah, huge save here in golden goal. The Serbians came up the other end with R9 Ronaldo. Played to the edge of the box for Nkunku. That nearly trickled its way into the bottom left corner. And this was a big, big chance as well. Genoa, he got it out wide. Found its way into Mbappe inside the box and literally taken off his toe as he went to score. We went into golden goal. The coin flip went to the Serbians. However, in the first game of golden goal, nothing could be separated. This was a huge chance.
Yeah, this was Genoa trying to find the cutback. He went for the shot on his goal. That was in of golden goal leg 1. After these final 10 minutes, there was chance after chance.
This
still
one.
back to Genoa. How he didn't score that? It did come off. It was Edwin van der Sar, fingertip save round the corner. That was the best chance of the game they had. And then this is the moment.
Just take a glance at the minimap now. It's literally 1 against 1 at the back. The long ball forward for Mbappe, and that run of David Ginola at the back post is really good because it means that Marquinhos, as the defender, can't commit. He can't go to the player who's dribbling with the ball because that would mean that the pass across the box is open. He can't just go to the pass because the shot would be open. He had to try and 50-50 it. Fantastic individual ability there from Krun-Alex. He took the responsibility on his shoulders. He took the goal, and it was a fantastic finish to the game.
Yeah, amazing stuff indeed. And again, amazing for all of you guys at home. A massive thank you to CU, our sponsor. We want you to send in selfies from all around the world, wherever you're watching from. Are you supporting one of the final 3 countries in this tournament? Let's get some pictures from Serbia coming in.
Yep.
More of those. The Hungarian fans, the Polish fans as well, they're watching from all around the world. Support your duo on their journey to being the V4 Future Sports Festival champion. And if you do that, you might have a chance of winning some V4 Future Sports Festival signed power banks from us all here live in Budapest, Hungary. We need a quick break after that one because that was quite a lengthy game. 4 games back-to-back with golden goal mixed into that. When we return, it's back to the winners bracket and it's Poland against Hungary. We'll see in a few minutes' time for that massive match.